Frogs in Space, written by Lisette Starr and illustrated by Gustyawan. One day in the woods, by the pond near the log, Lily was having a picnic with Shog. When a ringing sound started on Lily's phone, it was her sister Milly, and she was alone. She wanted Lily to come over and play. She invited her over that very same day. Lily was thrilled as she'd really missed her, so Shog went with Lily to visit her sister. But when they arrived at her sister's place, Milly had such a sad look on her face. "What's wrong, Milly Frog?" Lily inquired. But Milly just sighed. "Oh, I'm so sick and tired. All the frogs around here are totally boring. An hour with them and I just start snoring. It's always the same. There's just nothing new. I want something fun and exciting to do. We could play hopscotch or marbles or jacks, or you could play bongos while I play my sax. We could go to the park or even the zoo, read books or play tennis or build a canoe. We could do art or make blueberry pie. There are so many marvellous things we could try." "No," said Milly, "you don't understand. I want to do something wild and unplanned. I want an adventure in some other place, somewhere exciting, like outer space. You should come with me to visit the moon. We could go there tomorrow, if that's not too soon." "Are you sure?" Lily said. "It's a long way to fly. I'm sure we could find something fun that's nearby." "No," said Milly. "The problem's this place. There's just no fun here, not even a trace." "Well," said Lily, "we'll need a spaceship and a captain and crew to help with the trip. Shog is a pilot, so he should come too. And we must invite Piggle. It's the least we could do." The very next morning, before break of day, they packed up their car and they got under way. They arrived at the launch pad and signed a big docket. They picked up the keys and walked out to their rocket. They loaded their bags and put on their spacesuits. They had helmets and gloves and padded moon boots. The frogs climbed on board and strapped themselves in. Then Shog took his seat and asked, "Shall we begin?" Piggle clipped up his seatbelt over his paunch. Then Shog pushed a button and started the launch. The engines fired up with a mighty big roar. They rumbled and shook right up through the floor. Then the rocket took off at a startling pace, and before very long, they were in outer space. They flew and they flew until just after noon, when out of the window they saw the moon. So they landed their ship and unlocked the latch, and Lily and Piggle climbed out of the hatch. Shog turned off the engines and followed them out, but Milly stayed put. She was having some doubt. She sat in the rocket and watched her friends play as they giggled and danced and did moonwalk ballet. Milly just sighed. "Oh, the moon's dreary and drab. I want to go somewhere that's totally fab. There's nothing to do here but look at the stars, and I think we could have had lot more fun on Mars." They all talked it over, and Shog was quite keen. But Piggle resisted. "I've already been. And not only that, but it's quite a long flight. We'd probably have to stay overnight." But Lily insisted. "It's not all that dire. We could tell stories around a campfire." Then Piggle agreed that it would be okay, so they hopped in their rocket and got underway. But when they arrived at their destination, Milly just sighed in utter frustration. "I had no idea that Mars was so dour. I don't want to stay here, not even an hour. There's nothing so dull as a planet that's red. If I yawn any harder, I'll swallow my head." Shog was confused and a little bit puzzled. He wondered why Milly was feeling so troubled, and Lily was shocked and a little distressed by all of the gloom that her sister expressed. "Milly," said Piggle, "I know you feel blue, but that feeling will pass, as feelings do. Don't you know what you think affects how you feel? If you think something's dull, it won't have much appeal. If you just see what's wrong and don't look for what's right, you'll miss all the good things that hide in plain sight. Why, just out the window, there's something you'll like. There's a little green clown and she's riding a bike." Milly wasn't convinced until she turned round, and there in plain sight was a cute Martian clown. Milly called to the clown, "Hey, where are you going?" And the clown smiled back, all happy and glowing, "I'm on way to the Martian Spring Fair. You should come with me. It's right over there. And bring all your friends for a jolly good time. There'll be music and rides and puppets that mime." Milly was thrilled that they were invited. The fun of the fair had them all quite excited. They rode the ghost train and a big roller coaster, and ate green chestnuts from a Martian nut roaster. They had hours of fun and a really long nap. Then they hopped in their rocket so they could go back. As they waved goodbye to the little green clown, Milly was pleased she no longer felt down. But she wondered just how much fun there had been right under her nose that she'd never seen. So when she got home, she had a look round and couldn't believe all the great things she found. There were so many wondrous things everywhere that she just hadn't even seen, though they were there. So she made a decision that she thought was wise. From that day forward she'd open her eyes. With every new day, be it cloudy or bright, she would look for the good things that hide in plain sight. The end. Thank you all so much for listening, and I really hope you enjoyed this story. Please subscribe to the channel and subscribe to see more stories for you.